Hello, my name is Eric Lee, and it is July 22nd, 2022. And in this video, I will attempt to explain why planets are moving away from our sun versus moving towards it, as you might expect in a gravitational freefall. Um, Here we go. Let me try to explain this. In my previous video, I said there were subatomic particles which are being distorted, and these particles move towards the sun or gravitate towards the sun. Well, that's kind of like, I shouldn't say gravitate, but it's attracted towards mass. And this equation, I guess down here, which represents gravity, would indicate that yes, this matter which causes the force of gravity by distorting space and time gathers around mass, and in the case of our sun, it's a pretty big mass, and when it does that, because of also Isaac Newton's law of for every force there's an opposing force, it sends back out ripples, or you could call them maybe shock waves. And it's also dependent on the quantum tunneling I spoke about in my last video. And that dictates also how fast this ripple or shock wave is traveling outward. And initially, I thought the Earth was falling towards the sun a long time ago, but what they found through I think it was two Russian scientists, they said the Earth every year moves 13.5 centimeters per year away from the sun every time it revolves one time around the sun, which is a year. Yeah. So well, I just said that in quite a redundant way. I'm sorry. My speech ability is like that of Napoleon Dynamite or something. I don't know. It's not too good, but please bear with me. Anyway, these particles that cause gravity by distorting, they cause not only this ripple effect that pushes the planets away as they orbit around the sun. They Oh, and let me say, before I get to that, the rate at which these ripples travel, I think, is dictated by how much quantum tunneling is occurring in that particular star. So the actual outward opposing force is not necessarily equal because of quantum tunneling at the very core of this astronomical body. It's a little less, so it's not quite as like forceful, you might say, as or equal to it's not as equal to the actual gathering of these particles around, and which travel towards the very core of the planet. And the compression effect I drew in this diagram many years ago, and a lot of the predictions I've made through my theory actually have come true, or I wasn't aware that these ideas were already presented by very notable physicists. And maybe sometimes I'm repeating ideas that have already have been presented, but these are my own ideas that I've come up with through my years of reading and looking at documentaries, and also, yeah, I did have a major in science for a while, But anyway, to continue, these forces also, I believe, cause the astronomical unit effect in our solar system. And basically, if this is the sun, um, and let's say the orbit of, well, the orbit of Mercury would be like kind of like this, because it just goes against the elliptical plane, which is like a plate or a disk that all the planets are orbiting around. But the astronomical unit works through this formula. I don't know the formula offhand, but early astronomers, I don't know if it was Copernicus or good grief, what's that other guy? I'm sorry, my memory doesn't serve me right now. It's all off the top of my head. So anyway, these astronomical units, they get spread further and further apart as you go out to the outer planets. So the distance increases between each planet, and it's predictable through this formula or algorithm. So that's how they found Pluto, by the way, because they predicted through these astronomical unit calculations that there had to be a ninth planet. And I can't remember what year that was discovered, but anyway, that's not the point of, it's not about history of dates and times of discovery, but the explanation of the why perhaps the planets are moving away from the sun and not moving towards the sun. And with the moon, it's the same thing. It said that the Apollo astronauts placed special reflective mirrors on the surface of the planet. I mean, not surface of the planet, no, surface of the moon. And they shot these lasers to reflect them back to the Earth to calculate how, whether the moon was receding away from the Earth or moving towards the Earth. Well, what they found was that the moon was actually receding away from the Earth. And I found that to be very puzzling before I got into quantum physics and the possibilities of, this could be dark matter or string matter or some other subatomic particle as yet to be discovered by the Hadron Collider. So anyway, this is my whole video on why the planets are moving away from the sun and not falling in basically gravitational free fall towards the greater gravitational mass like our sun. So thank you for watching this video. My next video will be about the speed of light, and something that actually is actually faster than the speed of light. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So hopefully you enjoy my ramblings, and sorry if I sound like Napoleon Dynamite or somebody like, goofy a little bit, because my speech, I need to take some speech classes or something. But anyway, thank you for watching, and keep a sense of humor, and have a good day. Bye-bye.